hometown.
Did you hear the news? Boston Blue is coming back this fall.
Can't wait to see you there.
Boston Blue returns Friday, October 9th, part of CBS Premiere Week.
Get ready for more Tracker.
Tracker returns Sunday, October 4th, part of CBS Premiere Week.
There's no looking back.
Don't look back.
I wasn't really looking back, just remembering back.
Remember back with The Rifleman on WZMQ MeTV.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, our Washington, D.C. crew will break down some of the top headlines to come out of the nation's capital this week. Plus, the cyclosporiasis outbreak has been linked to Taco Bell lettuce, but it may not be the only source of the parasitic disease. We'll have the latest. And we'll hear from an economist about the state of the Upper Peninsula's economy. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
Temperatures still into the 60s tonight. We'll bottom out about 69 here into Marquette, about 67 into Iron River, still about 70 down into Iron Mountain. But the air quality, yeah, that's still going to be an issue as we head through the rest of the overnight and into tomorrow. Now, there is some good news on the way here. Air quality is going to start improving as we head through the weekend and next week, but it's going to be a slow burn to get there, of course, with the dense smoke that'll hold down our temperatures into the 70s tomorrow. But we've got the details on the air quality and more coming up in just a few minutes.
Sounds good. Dakota, thank you very much. This week in Washington, a surprise endorsement for a closely watched U.S. Senate race. Plus, election integrity watchdogs say the president's repeated claims of a stolen 2020 election are still unsubstantiated. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp highlights the major events from this week in Washington.
This week in Washington, outgoing Michigan Senator Gary Peters announced he's backing U.S. Representative Haley Stevens in the competitive U.S. Senate Democratic primary race over her opponent Abdul El-Sayed. There's been a rise in progressive Democrats winning the party's nominations in congressional races in Colorado and New York City. This Michigan Senate primary race is shaping up to be a race between a moderate and progressive candidate. Democrats are hoping to retake control of the Senate, and they can't afford to lose this seat. More mainstream Democrats believe Stevens will be the better opponent against the Trump-backed candidate, former Representative Mike Rogers.
She is a person who has won very tough elections. This is a time where we've got to make sure we win. We need to have a battle-tested candidate, and someone, when they get elected to the Senate, can hit the ground running on day one.
In a rare appearance on Capitol Hill, two sitting Supreme Court justices testified to Congress. They weren't there to answer questions from lawmakers about the recent landmark decisions, but about the court's increased budget requests for security. Justices explained there's been an increased amount of threats towards them. We've even reported previously on protests taking place outside of Justice Samuel Alito's home. Justice Amy Coney Barrett shared her personal experience.
A few years ago, around the time of the Dobbs leak, my security detail sent me home with a bulletproof vest, and I carried it into my house, put it into my bedroom, dropped it down on a table, turned around, and my 12-year-old son was standing in the doorway of my bedroom, and he wanted to know what it was and why I had it, and I didn't know how to respond because maybe I lack imagination, but I didn't expect that performing this service was going to put me in the position of explaining to my children what a bulletproof vest was and why I had to wear one. It's also been reported in the news that roughly 6 weeks ago, I was the victim of a swatting incident.
And on Thursday, the president delivered a primetime TV address echoing debunked claims the 2020 election was stolen. In the address, he alleged there was a cover-up by his own officials in his first term and claims countries like China attempted to influence opinion in the U.S. and downloaded publicly available voter rolls from several states. But the documents did not reveal new weaknesses in the country's election systems or show that foreign governments manipulated any votes. He used his remarks to urge Congress to pass a strict voter ID bill, which has not received enough support from his fellow Republicans. Democrats have accused the president of trying to plant doubt in our elections ahead of the midterms.
The White House promised a bombshell
and they delivered a dud.
We are also monitoring the latest wildfire situation and the hazardous smoke coming down into the D.C. region and northeast of the United States. There have been some health alerts regarding the air quality from that heavy smoke. Officials are encouraging people to monitor the situation and to listen to their local health officials. I'm Rachel Knapp, and that's your Washington recap.
To the latest now on that parasitic illness, now believed to be the largest outbreak of its kind, sickening thousands of people in nearly 36 states. Federal health officials have connected it to lettuce distributed to Taco Bell locations in 5 states, but that may be just one of multiple sources. Our Jonathan Vigliotti tonight with new statements from Taco Bell and the major produce distributor behind that Taco Bell lettuce.
Tonight, federal investigators are racing to trace the origins of potentially contaminated iceberg lettuce from this California distributor.
Anytime we see a spike, we're interested in where it's coming from. We want to make sure that we're able to track this and get it done.
A government official tells CBS News Taylor Farms is a likely source. The $6 billion produce giant imports iceberg lettuce grown in Mexico and distributes it from Salinas, California.
So what happens now with this investigation?
They're going to go back to the farm that may have supplied the shredded lettuce to these locations in the area that is affected by the outbreak. And then they're going to start looking to see if they can find this organism either on product or in the environment where the stuff is grown.
It's believed at least some of that lettuce carried cyclospora, a parasite that spreads through contaminated food or water. There have been more than 1,600 confirmed cases. At least another 5,000 are being investigated. Health officials have said it's possible that multiple outbreaks are ongoing in at least 34 states.
The pain, if I had to describe it, was like it felt as though I had swallowed razors and they were cutting through my gut.
Fast food giant Taco Bell was the first major break in the case after many patients reported eating there. The FDA confirmed contaminated lettuce was served at some Taco Bell locations in Indiana, Kentucky, West Virginia, Michigan, and Ohio. Taco Bell says it has voluntarily removed this ingredient from its food. In a statement, Taylor Farms said it is removing all iceberg lettuce sourced from central Mexico.
As soon as this is pulled off the shelf, we should see this outbreak start to wane.
And while the origin is unclear, the risk has been known. In a government filing before the outbreak, Taco Bell called this parasite the #1 threat to their business.
How have businesses in our region been affected by impacts of inflation, tariffs, and AI this year? WZMQ's Andrew Hands tells us about a monthly survey based in Minneapolis that asks 6 Midwestern states the same question.
The Federal Reserve Bank of Minneapolis gathers monthly input from businesses across its district, spanning 6 regions of the Midwest, including the Upper Peninsula. This morning, they held a mid-year update. Director of Regional Outreach Joe Mann spoke on the 2026 findings and says compared to a lot of uncertainty by the end of 2025, these inputs of economic impact have stayed mostly level in the past 6 months.
We've been talking about oil price shocks. We've been talking about AI. Those are kind of, pushing in a lot of directions, but overall the economy is, based on the information we have available to us, continues to grow and businesses continue to hire.
Next to the survey information, the Reserve recently received its Consumer Price Index and Personal Consumption Expenditures for the month of June. Results from the latter show the lowest inflation rate this year so far.
Those actually came in kind of soft this week, but they had been up over the last few months. And again, a lot of that is, really kind of attributable to what's happening on the oil market and globally.
In terms of shifts in price, commonly stemming from tariff uncertainty, input costs are at the helm. Mann says while monthly results allow for the Reserve to keep up to date on regional indicators, moving with these adjustments varies business to business.
About a third of the businesses told us things basically have been what they expected. A little bit more than a third said that they were worse than they expected, and then almost a third said that they were better than they expected. So it's easy sometimes to look at averages or aggregates and think you have kind of the whole story, but there's a lot going on underneath.
We'll have a link to participate in a future survey on our website. Reporting Andrew Hands, WZMQ 19 News.
Today, local nurses, hospital staff, healthcare educators, and other professionals gathered in Escanaba to develop their training skills. WZMQ 19's Lily Simmons has the story.
Friday morning, Bay College hosted a mini SUN workshop. SUN standing for Simulator User Network.
We want to spread awareness to the importance of simulation in healthcare, how that can help when you're in nursing school with skills, clinical judgment, critical thinking, teamwork, communication, all these components that go into being a nurse.
By using high-fidelity mannequins to run those simulations, students and professionals get hands-on experience with real-world situations.
We can do codes and do births. That way they know how to react when they do see it in real life. Our goal today is to take that simulation component and teach people how they can kind of tailor it to their department.
For most of the workshop's participants, their department would be a hospital or classroom. However, some work in fields outside of healthcare, like corrections.
It gives them that ability to get that confidence down and that competence level to a point where they feel comfortable going into the field and doing it on live patients.
Workshop organizers say simulations are less common in rural areas like the UP than in more urban communities. So Bay College is working to bring this resource to the people who need it.
We do have to wear quite a few different hats in the healthcare realm around here, and I think it's incredibly important to build that awareness that it is something that we can utilize. Our eventual goal would be to be a hub for these community hospitals around this area. They can utilize our simulation for their yearly trainings that are mandated by the state.
Because a simulation is more than an academic project or standard workplace training. It's a first-hand learning opportunity that leads to optimal outcomes for real patients.
We can mitigate the preventable errors in a simulation realm, and it just improves patient safety overall.
Reporting in Escanaba, Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News.
Dakota Hunter has your first warning weather forecast after the break, and one man is taking his remote job to a whole new level. That and more after this.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
Andersen brand products are #1 in quality, and the Window Store is your local Andersen expert for installation and service of all Andersen windows and doors. From showroom to your home, Andersen Windows and Doors at the Window Store.
Buckles Party Store, it's where the party starts in Calumet, with an awesome beer selection featuring domestic, foreign, and craft brewed beer, a great selection of wine, just about any kind of liquor you want, and a great range of tobacco products. Buckles Party Store in Calumet, it's where the party starts for everyone.
Here's your WZMQ CBS This is Home Community Calendar.
I'm Mason Gooding, and you're watching an all-new Kelly.
You sure are. It's going to be great. Don't miss it. I've heard that you do something called crying walk.
Yeah, man, yeah.
I feel like I have done a crying walk, but I didn't know it was a thing. I thought I was just special. Plus, below decks, Captain Sandy. I heard you were chased by pirates. I'm jumping right there. They were coming. This is the craziest life you have. No, thank you. Next, Kelly.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, Monday at 5 on WZMQ CBS. Watch 19 News and Weather on YouTube. Just search and subscribe. WZMQ 19 News is always available for streaming 24/7, and it's free.
Andersen is the #1 trusted window and door brand. The Window Store is the Upper Peninsula's clear choice for windows and doors. Now that's a perfect fit. From showroom to your home, Andersen Windows and Doors at the Window Store.
Now from the 19 News Forecast Center, this is WZMQ 19 First Warning Weather with Dakota Hunter.
Welcome back, everybody. Another day dealing with all that wildfire smoke, but we did pick up 3/10 of an inch worth of rain at the Sawyer Airport today. So at least some of that rain did help to kind of wash the ash and the soot and some of that stuff out of the air. But the air quality is still bad through the rest of tonight and even into the weekend. Air quality alert has been extended for the entire Upper Peninsula until noon tomorrow, and that is due to air qualities that are still going to be in the unhealthy range for everybody. I mean, this is not just the sensitive groups. We're talking everybody. And at least we're not dealing with those extremely high values like we saw just a couple of days ago. Some spots in the Western Peninsula had over 900 AQI numbers, which is just insane to think about. But the numbers are still going to be pretty bad through tomorrow. About 245 is the peak. And then notice as we head through the weekend and next week, the air quality starts improving. But it's still going to be in that orange color here, which would be the unhealthy for some category. So yeah, it's still going to be a little bit hazy, a little bit smoky. We're still going to deal with that through the weekend, but at least it'll be a little bit easier to breathe. So that'll be the good news. And we really need some good soaking rain to kind of help get a lot of the smoke out of the area. Well, the good news here is as we look at future smoke, a lot of the dense smoke pushes its way back up towards Canada and out of our region as we head towards the weekend. The denser smoke stays away from us, but it looks like we get a little surge of some denser smoke across the western half of the UP as we head into tomorrow afternoon. So again, that means air qualities could easily dip below 200, maybe as low as 300 in some spots. But again, as we work through the weekend, things will start improving. And same here on the future fog model. And normally when we show this, we're talking about fog, but not so much in this case. We're talking about the visibility numbers due to the dense smoke. And there you see about 3-mile visibility across Lake Superior, maybe a little bit better visibility down across the southern UP, but not a whole lot. Still, visibility is going to be reduced tomorrow and even into Sunday. So just a quick reminder, if you've got the air conditioners, yes, you can use them. But the caveat here are those portable units. Some of them have double hoses, and one of those hoses takes in fresh air. So if you have one of those, you might not want to use those. Again, just hold off on those. And of course, your car AC, make sure it's set to recirculate. So we're pretty dry through the weekend, not talking about a lot of rain here. May catch a couple of isolated showers as we head into Sunday though, but I'm not seeing a lot of rain for us until we head towards Monday. That looks like our better chance for showers and storms to get a lot of that smoke out of the air. We dip off into the 60s Tuesday before temperatures become more seasonal late week.
Dakota, thank you again. As the debate over return to office policies continues, a California man is making headlines for embracing remote work in a big way. His viral office settings are attracting fans, critics, and thousands of views. Gwen Baumgartner has more.
From the skies to the slopes, Scott Muirhead has earned a reputation for taking business casual to the extreme.
Why not, if I can work from anywhere, work from the beach?
The popular content creator known as Scotty wants to change the way people view remote work, setting up unconventional office spaces in San Diego. First the beach, then the Padres ballpark.
We're going to make Petco Park the most productive office in America today.
Remote workers like Raha Hamasian joined in.
Does your boss know that you're here today?
No. But why I'm still getting my work done, so why does it matter where I'm doing it from?
For Muirhead, this isn't just about being an influencer. He's employed as a sales rep and even got his boss on board with the antics.
Let's get out, explore life, and still be productive at the same time, so we're all behind it.
You realize you are not like most bosses.
Or most companies. Nationwide, only about 11% of full-time workers are fully remote as return-to-office mandates continue. But for those who can work from anywhere, there's a trade-off. Researchers say remote work can fuel isolation, loneliness, and poor mental health. And that's what makes these meetups meaningful, not just viral.
The one-off content videos are fun and silly, but it's like the idea of bringing everyone together has been, the thing that really makes me feel good.
Call it team building, just without the conference room.
In his quest to take his desk as far as it will go, Scotty said he'd most like to work remotely at a concert or on a rocket. Drone use is on the rise in one of the world's oldest professions. The number of agriculture drones registered with the FAA flew from about 1,000 in 2024 to 5,500 in mid-2025. This is farmer Tyler Larson's first year running a spray drone, delivering fungicide to a soybean field. He maps the field using overhead imaging, sets boundaries, and identifies obstacles for the drone to avoid. On flat land, the drone covers up to 250 acres a day.
If you had asked me when I was 16 that we'd have drones in the air spraying crops,
I wouldn't even know what to say. I think it's the way of the future.
Larson says the drone's biggest advantage over traditional spray rigs is that he doesn't have to drive over some of the crops. Mike Ludlam has your Friday night sports headlines after the break. A Negaunee girls basketball standout is taking her talents to Grand Valley. We'll have that and more when we come back.
Now through July at Fox Marquette Subaru, lease a 2026 Subaru Crosstrek base for $299 a month for 36 months. Fox Marquette Subaru. Experience the difference.
Live outside Marquette County? Recycle 906 is worth the drive. We accept cans, cardboard, plastics, and more. Bring it in. Keep the Upper Peninsula clean. See what we accept at recycle906.com.
Closed captioning sponsored by Range Bank of Upper Michigan.
This is amazing, Jennifer.
Simon Cowell can be really sweet sometimes.
The combination of talent and real personality. You got it.
Plus the host of Next Gen Chef, Olivia Coco. Then a kid so proud of his goat on J-Hood.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, Monday at 4 on WZMQ CBS. Followed by The Kelly Clarkson Show at 5 and 19 News at 6. For more than 30 years, our community has come through, building affordable homes, making critical repairs, and building ramps for those who need a little help and a little hope. Habitat for Humanity volunteers produce amazing results treasured forever. You could be our next hero. Volunteers are needed to provide affordable housing in Marquette County. Join in. Sign up. It's easy. Go to upersunited.com or use the QR code shown here. A public service message of Habitat for Humanity and WZMQ TV19. Download the WZMQ 19 app or visit WZMQ19.com for the latest news and weather. Around the clock and on your schedule. 19 News is all about you.
Find great deals on the Subaru Outback right now at Fox Marquette Subaru. Lease a 2026 Outback Premium for $399 a month for 36 months. Fox Marquette Subaru. Experience the difference.
Good evening, everyone. The 51st annual Canal Run is scheduled for tomorrow in Hancock, and it still has a green light. From the Canal Run Facebook page earlier today, air quality conditions are expected to be much better by Saturday morning and through the entirety of the race. The Canal Run has moved its event alert system to yellow for moderate conditions. Now, registration is closed, and as long as everything is okay, it will get started early tomorrow morning. For the second straight day, Little League baseball officials in Williamsport, Pennsylvania postponed all the tournament games in the Upper Peninsula due to the smoke from the wildfires in Canada. I took a couple of these shots before the game was called, and here's what one of the officials had to say after Little League officials say you weren't playing today.
It's about 2:25, and Williamsport called and canceled the day for the whole state of Michigan today. And there's nothing you can do when it comes from the top. They're the decision maker, and that's what they decided.
Now, how are you going to try and straighten this out?
Well, we got to have to play probably, if they let us play tomorrow, it's probably going to be 4 games here and 4 games at another site. We need to, we had to have 4 games per day here. And so we'll have to play at another site tomorrow, 4 games, if they let us play tomorrow.
Well, here is that schedule for the games tomorrow using 2 fields. Now, Pool A will be at Felch Field, where I was just a second ago in that video. In the morning, all these times are central. Negaunee and Roosevelt Park at 9. At noon, East Jordan against Chelsea. Negaunee and East Jordan meet at 3, and Roosevelt Park and Chelsea meet at 6, again, all central time. Pool B will be at Ranger Field in Iron Mountain. At 9, Iron Mountain North against Emmett. At noon, Southern against Saginaw. Then at 3 o'clock, Emmett against Southern. And Iron Mountain North will take on Saginaw in the last game of the day at 6 central time. In state minor league baseball, yes, that's right, not state minor baseball, district game tonight, and that was Ishpeming eliminating Negaunee 10-5. Ishpeming will visit Marquette for a district final tomorrow at 10 in the morning. Now in the state minor softball tournament down in Grosse Pointe, Escanaba an easy time over Alpena 13-2. Escanaba will take on Georgetown tomorrow at 1:30. In Legion Baseball Zone 5, he had to win 2 out of 3 games, and Kingsford did it easily, 12-1 and 9-2 over the Negaunee Diamonds. Pablo Finley had 2 home runs and 4 RBI. Colin Olson had a home run for Kingsford in Game 1. And in the nightcap, Brad Boddessy had a 3-run homer. So Kingsford will head to Adrian College next week for the state tournament. Kingsford is the defending state champion. A Negaunee High School girls basketball player will be a preferred walk-on at 2-time national champion Grand Valley State. Claire O'Donnell was a UP Division 1 through 3 second-team player, averaging 8 points and 7 rebounds for the Miners last season. Negaunee had a record of 23-2, falling to Petoskey in a Division 2 regional. A Kingsford native has been named as an assistant coach for the Cincinnati Cyclones of the ECHL. Ryan Anderson has joined the Cyclones after spending last season with the Utah Grizzlies. This marks the 40-year-old Anderson's 4th stop in the ECHL. Anderson was the 2019-2020 NA3HL Coach of the Year with the Texas Junior Brahmas, winning with a record of 40-5 before the year ended because of COVID-19. 2 former NMU hockey players have signed with the Norfolk Admirals for next season. Christoph Papp had 20 goals and he was tied for 4th place on the team with 46 points. Matt Argentina is ready to start his first full season of pro hockey after scoring 1 goal late in the campaign with the Iowa Heartlanders. Major League Baseball, let's go to American Family Field in Milwaukee. Miami and the Brewers. And in the 5th inning is where some of the action started here as Griffin Conine, there's the name, hit a solo home run, and that put Miami in front 1-0. Then wearing the Wisco jerseys in the bottom of the 5th, Joey Ortiz, your number 9 hitter, sends this one over the left field wall to tie the game at 1. Nothing happened until the 10th inning where Garrett Mitchell is in the batter's box and he's going to put this one into the outfield. The throw home will be offline. Jack Centurio will take care of business there, and the Brewers go on to win 2-1 in 10 innings. The Tigers trail the Angels 1-0 in the 7th inning. How about some golf? Round 2 of the British Open. And we're going to take a look first at John Rahm. He's not too happy with the shot. Boink. He got warned for throwing his club like that. He ended up at 4 under par. South Point, England native Tommy Fleetwood would get some help from the fans and make this short putt. He also had a 4 under par score. He had around a 67 today. World number 1, Scotty Scheffler, among those as well at 4 under par going into the 3rd round. He's going to tap that one in nicely. Sam Burns was one of the big stories of the day because he kept putting the ball in the cup, including from the pot bunker here on 18. That's a way to end your day. He had a 62. That ties the low round at a major. Next, day 1 leader Jackson Suber would tap in a putt, and he's in pretty good shape. Bryson DeChambeau was able to get a solo second at 7 under par, a birdie on 18. What? There's more to this story in just a second. Lucas Herbert is your leader right now. He settled for a 62 as well, so he is in the lead at 8 under par. Oh, back to DeChambeau. Man, he got penalized a couple strokes for stepping on the tall grass to possibly improve his shot on the 5th hole after missing the fairway with his drive. Rule 8.1 states that a player is prohibited from improving the conditions affecting the stroke. That includes the player's lie, intended stance, and how he would swing at the ball. So he is back to 5 under par, and we will be right back.
The wait is over. England Furniture's quick shipping is back at Kirkish Furniture. Choose your style and fabric and receive your furniture in as little as 30 days. Browse our in-stock selection or let our staff help you customize the perfect sofa or chair. Plus, 1 year free financing and free delivery.
With groceries, gas, and everyday expenses continuing to rise, a little extra cash can go a long way. That's why now is the perfect time to get hooked on better banking at Peninsula Federal Credit Union. Don't miss your chance to reel in $100 and discover a better banking experience. Better banking is just one cast away. See why more people are getting hooked on Peninsula Federal Credit Union.
Join the Women's Federated Clubhouse as they honor early women's clubs. For 100 years, this remarkable organization has helped shape our community. Now you're invited to celebrate that legacy. Join them July 31st and August 1st for an unforgettable centennial featuring a silent film, elegant high tea, live piano, an exquisite silent auction, local history, and more. Discover the stories that built Marquette. Reserve your tickets today at womensfederatedclubhouse.org.
There's no looking back.
Don't look back.
I wasn't really looking back, just remembering back.
Remember back with the Rifleman
on WZMQ Me TV. Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
Andersen brand products are #1 in quality, and the Window Store is your local Andersen expert for installation and service of all Andersen windows and doors. From showroom to your home. Andersen Windows and Doors at the Window Store. Andersen is the #1 trusted window and door brand. The Window Store is the Upper Peninsula's clear choice for windows and doors. Now that's a perfect fit. From showroom to your home, Andersen Windows and Doors at the Window Store.
The air quality still is going to be a concern as we head through the weekend here. 245 is the forecast AQI for Marquette tomorrow. Again, could dip a little below that. Again, that's a forecasted value, so that means some spots could be a little less, a little higher. But to notice as we head towards the second half of the weekend and early next week, yeah, the numbers actually start dipping off. That's as we see some showers moving in on Monday and storms that'll help wash a lot of that smoke out of the air. Plus, the jet stream pushes its way further to the north as we head into early next week, too. So that'll start pushing some of that smoke back up towards Canada, and we'll be able to breathe once again, which is good. So highs tomorrow around 70 closer to Marquette, about 65 in Munising, 79 out into Iron Mountain. We're still expecting temperatures to be around normal to slightly below average, and you'll see that as we look at the next 7 days. Look at Tuesday, 68. That's a cool day, and we'll see those temperatures rebound again by late week with a few isolated showers by Friday.
Dakota, thanks again. And finally tonight, when Joan Montfort took photos of Lionel Messi with a baby for a charity calendar almost 19 years ago, he knew that the long-haired young man was at the cusp of an amazing football career. He could not have imagined, though, that the little boy would one day have one of his own. The baby in the photo, which has now gone viral, was none other than Lamine Yamal, the Spanish wonderkind who at 16 was showing such promise that he was already being compared to the greats of the sport. Already the youngest to have played for Spain, he became the youngest player ever in the European Championship at the ongoing tournament in Germany. What a coincidence there, Mike. And of course, the two will be facing off this Sunday for the World Cup final.
In the final. By the way, the Upper Peninsula Ladies Golf Association tournament begins tomorrow in Gladstone.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
We started back in 1913. Grandfather would go from door to door on a cart selling dry goods. It's great seeing people actually coming in saying, you know, my grandfather waited on you. We offer a wide selection of La-Z-Boy recliners, Smith Brothers Amish furniture. We also offer a wide selection of appliances, all with free delivery, and we'll set it up where you'd like. Recliners, Smith Brothers Amish furniture. We also offer a wide selection of appliances, all with free delivery, and